What is up, everyone? I don't even know what the hell just happened, okay? Henderson scores. He's robbed of that goal, okay? Steven, you were talking about this beforehand. Was, if anything, like, does the arm count? I've seen it before where they're doing the line up to the armpit, and now all of a sudden, Yeremina's foot, it looked like Yeremina's foot was playing Mane onside. What do you think?
I agree. They have more images and more angles than we do with the just kind of the way we watch the game on television. The image that's getting passed around and the image we saw in real time wasn't straight on. We shouldn't
No.
see it from an angle. We shouldn't see it from an angle. We should be able to see it straight on. But there's not always a camera right there. So to me, if the original call is onside, unless it's crystal clear, you can't overturn that, or you shouldn't.
It was just unbelievably close. Like, I cannot believe, like, when you looking directly at the players, yeah, you might not be able to tell, but looking down at the lines they made on the field, it made him look offside. Okay. But they were looking at whoever was in front. I think it was Michael Keane. Yerry Mina looked like his foot was playing him onside. And if you're going to use Mane's arm, you have to use Yerry Mina's foot.
Yeah, I was kind of before this video here, I was just watching some of the post-match stuff on NBC Sports, and both of those guys, those commentators, very experienced with football, were just like, yeah, we've never seen anything like this. This doesn't make any sense. VAR is supposed to help in these situations, not hurt. You're right. It robs Liverpool of a well-deserved win against an opponent that wanted to play a little bit dirty. Should have been a red on Pickford, definite red on Richarlison. Could see that coming. He's a loose cannon. They played extremely reckless.
We are going to talk about all of this, bro.
Yep.
Like, because I'm usually the calm one, and you seem way more calm than me right now.
I think I got all my frustration out already. It's just crazy to me that, no Allison, Van Dijk may have torn ligaments in his knee, coming off a terrible loss and haven't played together in a couple weeks and still beat Everton. The points don't show it, but we outplayed Everton. They looked stupid at the end of the match.
Henderson being on the field made all the difference for me. Him and Mane in the first goal, I must say, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful team goal, okay? We were on it from Jump Street, okay? The Van Dijk challenge, let's talk about it. Absolutely shameful on Pickford. From a goalkeeper's perspective, the one player that's allowed to use your freaking hands, and you're going in feet first into that challenge. Disrespectful, horrible sportsmanship. God, man, that pisses me off. And
full speed as well.
Full speed.
Full speed. No thought of stopping. He just went into that challenge trying to eliminate any chance Van Dijk had at anything with no skill or strategy in mind. It was just a bull rush.
No, and you have to ask yourself, every single player on that damn field for Everton was just charging aggressively and recklessly at every single one of our players, dude. Every single one. That red card on Richarlison, absolutely reckless. You heard the commentator say it. It's a leg breaker, okay?
Yep.
The one on Van Dijk, that is easily, and I was talking to you about this, that looks like an ACL, PCL type injury where the force just forces the lower leg backwards. That's dangerous. That is just reckless. And the fact that they said because it was offsides, they didn't review it for a foul is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. That's another thing that the commentators were chatting about, is they just don't understand why it wasn't reviewed as well. So I just can't. It's just it's mind-blowing. It's almost comical.
It's
like
comical.
This is just absolutely ridiculous. You mentioned that they were just out there. It looked like they were trying to hurt us at times, which
yes.
They're a big physical team. That's part of Ancelotti's, build with a club anyways. But especially in the first half, like Allen, 3 or 4 fouls. Richarlison, he's just a punk, that kid. He's definitely got some talent, but he's just reckless. Pickford, Andre Gomez got into it with a couple people sometimes.
Yeah,
it just felt like they were angry.
Yeah. And look, before we continue to roast Everton, let's give Everton credit for playing a physical match because Van Dijk was technically the first person to commit fouls. Van Dijk comes in, he makes it known early, hey, I'm going to push y'all around. But they weren't reckless, let me break your fucking legs tackles, bro. They were like, just let me put a foot in and push you over just to let you know I'm here. Okay? So we set the tone early. Everton's coming out and just being absolutely overly aggressive. Overly aggressive. Okay? That's the thing that pisses me off first. But like I said, let's give Everton credit. They played aggressive, and you're right. What you said, they're big, they're physical, and they drew the game. But we were the better side.
Yeah, I don't want to give Everton credit.
I've lost respect for Everton, all respect, because and part of me think it's an Ancelotti thing now because Napoli played the same way against us.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and I think he may tell his teams like, these guys are going to press you, but be physical with them, bang them up, which is a legitimate tactic. But you're right, overly aggressive today. Tough to see, tough to watch players go down injured, tough to see your guys getting thrown around. It's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. But yeah, no, lost respect for Everton. They're now my least favorite team. I'm sure some people already had them on the top of their list, but I just can't. It's freaking ridiculous. Let's check out some of these comments here.
Yeah. Let's go. We got people drinking already. JK135 is already drinking.
Have fun.
I don't blame you, buddy. Yeah, a lot of people just saying I'm reading VAR robbed. Yeah, and this is one. Van Dijk and Thiago both could have had broken legs today. It's like that game had everything, Steve. Okay, let's look at the bright side. It had controversy. It had physicality. It had skill. I mean, Salah's finish, world class. He didn't even have time to think. It was just instinct. You know what I mean? But Henderson, we got to talk. Henderson getting robbed, like, oh my God, I just can't even believe that fucking happened, Steve. I'm so angry.
He's angry too. I'm angry. I think we're all angry. I think this is clear that Liverpool, although we didn't get the 3 points, we made a statement today, like no Van Dijk, no Alisson, Thiago coming back and Mane coming back from COVID, the international break, still outplayed Everton and basically won the game, but we're just robbed. I think, it's a statement to how much better we are than them. If you lose the best defender in the world and the best goalkeeper in the world, it's really hard to maintain the level of excellence that we've shown for so long with those two.
Yeah.
And we still outplayed Everton today. We're still way better than Everton. 10 years running. I'm just glad it didn't turn into a loss there at the end because that would have hurt way, 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 way more. Look, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the table.
Yeah.
Everton's first, but like, who cares right now? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not going to see them there towards the top in the end, guys. They're not going to be 1 or 2.
Hopefully you don't eat your words with that.
No, I don't have to worry about that at all. We're talking about Everton.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about, because some people are bringing it up. Let's talk about the Van Dijk injury. It looks serious. Okay. If Van Dijk's out, I'll give Matip and Gomez credit. They looked fairly decent. Matip even had a header on target. That was a great save from Pickford, it must be said. What's your thoughts on the injury?
Serious.
It's
if anyone can survive a knee jerk and a brute force like that, it's him. Just because he's like a mammoth. But he walked off, and it looked fairly well, even on the uneven surface on the edge of the pitch. So that's always a good sign. It's usually very uncomfortable to walk on a slope with a ligament injury. So hopefully it's maybe just maybe a mild strain, a grade 2 that keeps him out a couple weeks. But I think this is definitely something where he could miss some time.
Dude, I hope it's nothing serious. I hope it's a grade 1 at most. But it looked bad. It looked really bad. And God, man.
Grade 1. That's what I meant.
Yeah, but grade
2 is a little bit more serious.
Yeah, I mean, we just don't want a complete tear of it. You know what I mean? But another thing I noticed, Adrian wasn't trying to play sweeper keeper today. He was just getting rid of it. I think that helped us a tremendous amount. Okay, let's talk about man of the match. Okay, I think Thiago played great. Henderson looked phenomenal, and I'll say it again. The tempo in the side is so noticeably different with Henderson in the team.
He looks to be in better shape, speed-wise and acceleration-wise, than I've ever seen him. He does control the tempo. He gets the ball and we're off. He
Yep.
didn't used to be like that. It's really cool. And I thought Mane had a great game. So dangerous. Salah, so dangerous. And I actually thought Bobby played better than I've seen him play recently as well, in my opinion, before he came off.
Right.
And then the last thing I wanted to say was our last goal, well, our last official goal, or no, the last goal that was disallowed. That ball from Thiago is something that we haven't had at Liverpool since I've been a fan. We haven't had anybody with that creativity, that vision, the willingness to take a chance and make a pass that's unorthodox and unexpected by the defense. When you watch him and Wijnaldum play, they're just they're polar opposites. And
in terms of creativity.
Right. And they both play just kind of similar roles. Yeah. But Thiago that's all him. And then an easy tap over by Mane, and then Hendo just finishes it off, obviously robbed, but it was really nice to see that. That's what we bought him for.
That is what
those very scenarios, that exact instance.
We were lacking that, and he showed his class. It's a quick touch, amazing vision. You're absolutely right. I thought Robbo looked great today also, going up that left-hand side. I mean, he's back. Trent seems off. Okay, that free kick he took, I don't know if it was necessarily the right decision to go for goal there. It was a good angle, though. But
the second one?
The free kick in the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the second one. The first one was solid. Yeah,
first one was great.
I mean, I wasn't expecting him to go near post. Pickford probably wasn't expecting him to go near post. I get it. I understand the attempt.
Yeah, 100%. Let's go to Tony Madden saying something that should be blaringly obvious to every fan. We have more control with Henderson on the pitch. It's absolutely right. We look more organized. And even when Van Dijk went off, I thought we looked solid at the back. I mean, the goals, I'm trying to think. The second goal I remember, remind me of the first goal for Everton. Everton's first goal.
Header.
So
header
both
off a corner. Lazy.
Okay. So,
terrible
that's
marking.
Right.
Fabinho.
That's right. Adrian got a hand to it, but didn't clear it. Yeah.
Fabinho's like throwing his arms around because someone pulled his shirt or something. You just got to clear that out.
Yeah.
Leave it to the guys on offense to complain and throw their hands up and look for penalties. You just have to clear that out of there.
Yeah.
There's no nonsense clearance. That's what we needed.
Yeah. I just want to point out one thing though. We played great, and a lot of people are saying we did play great and we deserve the win. This VAR decision is going to cause a lot of controversy, I feel like. I just thought Michael Oliver was off today. That was the ref, right? Whoever the ref was, I think it was
I don't think he wanted to be there.
He didn't at all.
He just looked kind of like tired and lazy, and I was glad that he gave Richarlison a red. He just pulled the red right out of his pocket, and I was like, thank God.
Yeah, no, seriously, thank God. It's about time.
But it's a bad look on him, all the mistakes that he made and some of the things that he let go.
Yeah. But
he is one of the best.
Yeah, he's a professional referee. There's no doubt about it. But the level of physicality that was in this game, he needed to control it from the Pickford challenge. When people saw that nothing was called on the Pickford challenge, I just feel like it was open season for Everton.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we had a bad challenge. Even the one where Mane went in with the high boot with Luca Digne. Mane got the worst of that. Digne stuck his foot out.
I know. It should have been either almost like a no call, maybe, because they both did the same exact thing. Unless, what else can you do? Can you call a foul on two people?
I don't know.
Because then who gets the ball?
No, that's the thing. You can't have fouls cancel out like it's the NFL.
Right. So,
you know what I mean?
Would you just let it go?
I don't know.
Do you stop the game and check the tape?
You got it. No, because clearly that didn't work the first time. You know what I mean? I'm saying. Let's do player ratings, okay? Adrian, I'm not really too worried about Adrian. I think he should have saved that header that was right at him. He literally got hands to it. He should have saved that one. He should have parried it over the bar. So,
without a doubt, he was crouched way too low.
Yeah,
you got both gloves on it. That should be a save.
Yeah, I'll give Adrian a 6 just because playing out from the back, he didn't make any mistakes, but he should have made that save. He did let in 2 goals. But
yeah, I'm not gonna. we shouldn't give him a pass because he didn't make mistakes.
It's come to that.
I know that it has, and it's sad, but
Yeah.
at the same time, he needs to be held to a certain standard as a goalkeeper, not just any goalkeeper, starting goalkeeper for the best team in the world. He needs to be held to a certain standard. He dropped below that standard every single time we've seen him play recently. I'm looking at a 4 or 5 for him.
Looking at a 4 or 5 for him.
Yeah, he let in 2 goals.
Yeah, I think it must be said, Trent needs to step it up. Trent is playing like Firmino right now. It's just he's off form. And like you said, I agree. Firmino had a fairly decent game compared to his recent performances in terms of his touches were on, his passes were decent. He was creating some chances for the other 2 guys up front, but Trent's got to step it up. I don't know what it is, but he's just not. He's not in the game like Robbo is. Like Robbo's making things happen. Trent isn't. I'll give Trent. Oh shit, I don't know. 5.
That's fair.
5
we got a question here from JK135 if you want to pin that.
Yeah. Let's go. Not a troll comment, but how long do we tolerate Trent's lack of defensive awareness before there's a real shout to move him to midfield? Best right back in the world because of his assists, but defensively, yeah. I think that depends on a lot of things. We're stacked in the midfield right now, and we got players coming to the end of their tenure here maybe. You're looking at Wijnaldum. Hendo's getting old. You don't know. I don't know. Who knows when we're going to move it or move him to midfield.
I thought Trent, it's tough because I feel like a lot of the times we're like, oh, what was Trent doing there? Or, Trent's defensive awareness is terrible. It's just these one-off instances. I thought he handled Richarlison well.
No. Well, Richarlison wasn't even a thing. The biggest thing well, actually, I don't know. I just feel like Richarlison, he wasn't a factor. Too big of a factor.
That's Trent.
Yeah.
At least for the first half.
Yeah, at least for the first half.
When you see Richarlison get that header off, like I believe that was Trent that should have been marking him.
Yeah. It also must be said that Van Dijk lacking Van Dijk's presence in the box. I think that played a role in both goals.
100%. That's why I was like, if we had Virgil, that wouldn't have gone in.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought. Where's Virgil? Oh yeah, Virgil's out. Where's Virgil? Because that's just a regular clearance for him, and we take that for granted. Anything that comes in, he cleans it up.
Yeah.
Just gets rid of it.
Let's pin this comment. It looks like from an Everton fan. I hope you guys got a good introduction to the new Everton. It was sloppy game, but we're not pushovers, and we would not tolerate a loss. We've tied you guys there's nothing new. Like the result of the game has been the same at Goodison for however long now. I think if anything, I've lost respect for Everton because of how just dirty they were playing. Like the challenges were just fucking reckless.
Yeah. No, thanks for hopping on the show for sure. I'm
sorry, I'm mad. That's a bad introduction to have an Everton fan, and I'm just roasting him. But
no. Be honest. That's what this is. This is a talk show. If you guys can't handle honesty, leave the video. But anyways, yeah, welcome. We didn't have Allison. We lost Van Dijk, which should have been a red card. So you should have lost Pickford. You guys played pretty reckless, in my opinion. We still won the game. We didn't get the 3 points, but that's a win in everyone's mind across the world. I don't think there's any taste of new Everton. I think you guys still fail to reach the level of Liverpool, but you're definitely better than you guys once were. I'll say that. You've definitely improved, but I don't think anyone's worried about you guys this year, if I'm being fully honest.
Yeah. So Everton injured our players every year. I'm trying to think back of like what players have been injured in the derbies. Like the restart match at Goodison last season after the lockdown. I don't remember anyone getting injured, but they've obviously played better this season. They're way more organized, like you said. I mean, their midfield looks strong, and they obviously have some organization going forward. Ancelotti, got to give him credit for turning the squad around. But I don't think Everton still have to prove themselves. 5 games in, being at the top of the table doesn't say anything.
No, it does not matter. This is a long season, and I say this all the time. I say it about Leicester last year. Leicester comes out of the gates hot. Leicester's excellence last year is going to sustain longer than Everton's is this year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Leicester held on to that number 2 spot for a while, that number 2-3 spot for a while.
Yeah.
But no, any team that brings in Carlo Ancelotti and his experience and his system, that brings in Decore, Rodriguez, Allen, I don't even know who else I'm missing. They're going to improve.
Yeah,
But
those are good signings.
the whole top of the table, we shouldn't even be looking at the table until January.
Yeah, that's true.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
It is one day at a time.
And Steve, let me just ask you a question. How many points up were we at Christmas time last season?
4,000. And where was Everton?
Everton, when did Ancelotti come in? He came in midway, right? So Everton must have been like 15th.
Oh,
yeah. A lot of people say,
God.
Yeah, here we go. We got Flygirl MD in the chat. Hey, guys, loving the take on things. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it. Couldn't actually bear to watch it after that Villa debacle, so just watch the highlights, and Everton as dirty as ever, and we were robbed. That's absolutely right. We're 100% robbed. But there's an... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's no other way to put it. Liverpool was robbed. We don't even have to discuss that. Go on social media, guys, and just enjoy all of the talk about it. Everyone's going to be talking about it.
Liverpool fans are going to say, hey, we were robbed. You'll see every other rival fan saying, Liverpool finally getting what they deserve. And it's like...
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't even been that good lately, and we are second in the league. Yeah, that's true. It was VAR that gave Everton the draw, not a new improved team. Hey. Yeah, no, I do agree with that, and I think the comment from the Everton fan was like, "There's no way we would accept a loss." You guys were absolutely lucky to get out of there that it wasn't 3-2, 4-2. The amount of chances that we had. Yeah, you scored on 2 headers. You scored on a corner, and then was it 2 corners? Yeah, no. The other one was just a cross into the box. Yeah. If Van Dijk is there, sorry, it's 3-0. Adios. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Home loss 3-0. That's what you would have seen. It's easy for you to say this now, but we're not worried about you guys. Yeah. And Arnika Cash saying who we play next. We got Ajax midweek, and that's what I'm worried about, dude. We got Ajax at Johan Cruyff Arena, I believe, and we don't have Van Dijk. Well, we don't know. Van Dijk could be back. Who knows? I doubt it. I really wouldn't put it past Van Dijk to play with a torn ACL. Yeah. Well, I've seen players do it before, but you can't do much with it. It's very painful. No, I can't even think about it. It makes me cringe. Oh, yeah. They're going to... Steven's torn his ACL twice. I have. It was Pickford the first time, actually, ironically. Pickford tore Steven's ACL. Pickford ran out recklessly with no plans or strategy in place or idea of stopping and just blasted right into me. And they didn't even review it or give him a red card. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah. So, Steve, if you had to pick one, who's your man of the match? Mane, huh? Mm-hmm. I'm going Hendo. I love it. Fuck it. I think you could also go Thiago. You could 100% go Thiago. Yep. Yeah. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me Sapo saying Pickford man of the match. God, this guy. I respect it. I respect him coming in here and taking it. But look, man, we love that you're defending your team, and hopefully you watch more of these shows. Yeah. Don't take anything personal, but no one's worried about Everton this year. I'm sorry if you think that they are. Yeah. It's going to take a little bit more. You're heading in the right direction, though. Definitely. And it must be said, Everton's heading in the right direction. We playing let's go. Liz Golden with second time here. Look at this. Calling Jordan Pickford a little bitch. Yeah. And we got I think the little bitch is Richarlison. I can't even. He's just an angry little man, an angry little young man. He's just so angry at the world. Yeah, he is. And he doesn't even want to accept responsibility for that challenge. You saw him when he's walking off the field. He's like, first off, he's staying on the ground for like 10 minutes after the challenge that he made on Thiago. He was completely fine. That collision for him was painless. Guaranteed. And James Rodriguez stayed on the ground for a good 2 minutes. Back and forth plays going on, and he's not getting up. Yeah. It's just there's for a team that wants to be as dirty and physical as them,
Sapo saying he got the ball. You're smoking crack, Sapo. The man got his leg. Watch it again. His tibia bent in fucking half. Jesus Christ. And then watch Jordan. He's saying Jordan Pickford's man of the match.
Trolling.
I know he's trolling, but I'm just gonna roast him because he needs to be roasted. Now, I respect the takes, but God, man, watch the match.
Yeah, Richarlison really needs a reality check. If I was Ancelotti, I would say, hey, look, man, like I love your aggression, but you're a liability out there for this team.
Yeah,
the situations that you put yourself in decrease our chances of winning matches. You're not increasing our chances of winning matches.
Yeah,
you're hurting us when you act like this.
Yeah, but also I think Ancelotti. I'm telling you right now, and you said it before. It's a valid tactic to say, hey, go be physical with these guys, but to endanger the lives of other players, I just don't like that at all. Not lives, but
Hey. Pickford wants to kill everyone, and so does Richarlison.
And
Allen, he just looks so sloppy out there. He is the shittiest version of like an aggressive midfielder today. That's what he looked like.
Yeah.
He'll never be on the same level as Fabinho.
I think Moritz is one of the first ever subscribers to Nothing But Red, saying he loves Angry Kyle. Yeah. Yo, this is rare. Like, it's just like that is the shit that pisses me off, bro. Like when
good point, Daniel.
VAR is there. It has to be a clear wrong decision. And I feel like that wasn't clear. That's just me.
Yeah, it has to be clear if you're going to overturn it.
Yeah.
Daniel Finnegan says Robertson took out Allen and then pretended to be injured. I do agree with that.
No. This guy, I hope you're not talking about the one where Yerry Mina pushed Robertson into Allen. I hope you're not talking about that one.
He's talking about that situation, but he's talking about how Robertson flicked his foot out at the end. And the term that you should not use, Daniel, is took out Allen. If anything, he like maybe nicked him or tripped him. I don't know. It was such a meaningless situation that we're not even going to give it any time. But I do understand what you're saying. We do have to make sure we look at this from both sides. There are players that lay on the ground and hold up play on both teams. Liverpool does it as well.
Yeah.
It's just annoying to see it when it's on a regular basis from the actual culprit of the foul in one game.
Yeah.
2-3 times today, Everton players are trying to kill Liverpool players and then laying on the ground. Like Richarlison, get up, dude. Are you serious? Michael Oliver was laughing at him. He was looking at him on the ground, just going with his card, like, as soon as you get up, buddy, adios.
Richarlison was like, if I keep my head down long enough, maybe he'll put it back in his pocket.
Yeah, and what happened to his hair? That line around his head was all wiggly.
Yeah, I don't know.
He needs a better barber over there in Merseyside.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm not going to talk crap about his hair because I need a haircut too. But the man, like, look at this is just a mop at this point. But some people say that Mane was offside, and we're laughing at that. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I'm going to go watch that 1,000 times right now. So Steve thinks Mane's man of the match. I'm going Hendo. A lot of people saying Thiago. And let's just close off with this. Talking about Everton fans, I believe they're so full of themselves and have such a chip on their shoulder, and the only way they can win is by being dirty. Always have been that way. Don't rise to the salty, diluted, typical rival fan.
Let's pin that back there again. I get what you're saying, but I don't even know if I agree with this. I don't think they're full of themselves. I think they feel inferior to every team, especially Liverpool. They're inferior. I don't think that they're cocky or anything like that. I think they're just a group of dirty players. I don't know. I feel like they don't play like that against other teams. It's the rivalry that brings out some of this emotion, but it was evident today. Like, and Ancelotti's going to be really nervous. He's going to have to go talk to his team and say, we can't do that. We should have had two red cards today. Can't play like that.
You're right. It needs to be said. And I would be very surprised, Ancelotti being the level of manager that he is, that he doesn't say something about it. Mm-hmm. Because he was probably encouraging physical play, but just the level that it was going at. But let's see here. Rashawn saying questions to be asked to Joe Gomez. What's your take on that, Steve? I thought he was fine today.
Well, he got dropped.
He did get dropped.
And then he came in because of the injury. I thought he was all right.
I mean, nothing special when he did come in, but I thought Matip looked fine.
Gomez has to do better on the, I think, on that second goal.
I'll agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people saying no Gomez, please. And then, Steve, you want to take a shot at this one?
How are Everton inferior if we're top of the league? Because you haven't won in 10 years, Daniel. 10 years. Think about what's happened in the last 10 years. Not just in the sport. We're talking 10 years. What's that? 3,650 days?
Oh, Jesus.
On the dot?
Oh, that's good math. Yeah.
That's how long it's been since you have scored more goals in a game against Liverpool. So that is why you were inferior, my friend. You don't finish anywhere near the top of the league ever. That is why you are inferior. No one cares who's at the top of the league after 5 games. You, like I said, you guys are going to talk about you're first in the league, you're top of the table, because you have to get it all out now. It's not going to last. We'll see I'll check the table in January. And I think that's what fans of most clubs, most big clubs do. They're not worried about the table here after a month. You kidding me? Kyle, what are your thoughts on that? And then we'll close it out here.
So I'm thinking with the inferior thing, I think it's more of an inferior complex. Like they've been so subpar for so long that they feel like they have to, like you were saying, they have to play this physical against these teams to prove themselves rather than going out there and actually trying to be better. And I think they're improving. It must be said. I think Everton are improving under Ancelotti, but they still have this inferiority complex.
Yeah, and Ancelotti's not going to stay there. The club's not big enough for him.
It's too early to tell.
No, he's gonna revamp that club and get them to be much better than they were, and then he's gonna go back to a giant club, a club that's gonna compete at the highest level in Europe.
And then he'll probably take James Rodriguez with him again.
And Allen.
Just crazy.
I'm not salty, Daniel. Appreciate the question. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks to everybody for watching the show.
You know what? To be fair, so far the Everton fans have been very cordial in their debate, and I respect that because City fans, after that 5-0 or 4-0 win, they're just like disrespectful little shitheads.
That's because they're a great team that actually has a chance at winning trophies. Everton.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I just want to go out and say, Danny Cliff, I don't like that comment. I just want to say that.
Yeah, please don't say things like that.
Let's see. I checked the table after match day 10. All right, fair enough. Steve checks it in Christmas time. Lee, and this is good. James freaking Milner, Liz Golden back with it again. That's right.
All right. Yeah. I agree. Jimmy Milner
gets a 10 for his performance today.
Absolutely. 10 out of 10 most days.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 most days. Guys, thanks for being here for the post-match reaction show. Nothing we could do now. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of controversy. It's going to be interesting to follow throughout the week. So let's go on. A lot of good games today, so we'll go on and catch those. Steve, do you have any closing thoughts?
No, thanks for hopping on, guys. I don't think this is cause for concern long term. We should have won the game. I think that's clear. The better team. We were robbed. I think that's just like the general consensus, but I don't think there's any. I'm not salty because it's just on to the next match.
Yeah.
Like we just have there's more business in front of us that needs to be handled. The boys, that's going to light a fire under them. What happened today to them? And I think Klopp will be happy at the end of the game with how we played and how we outplayed the top of the table team.
Yeah, I think
worried about Everton.
What'd you say?
We're not worried about Everton. Like, I'm sorry, no one's worried about Everton. It's a tough game at Goodison every single year.
Every year.
Come to expect that.
And it doesn't matter if Everton's 17th in the table or first. It really doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. Yep.
But thanks, guys, for tuning in. And until next time, Reds, take care.